I mean, 360 degrees around me. I'm staring at scorched earth hillside. You have the highway. That means the fire jumped the highway, Kana, and destroyed all of the homes literally on the beach. I mean,
Peace and love, everybody.
I'm just truly stunned. And I think to your point about President Biden saying they have the full resources of the federal government at their disposal to help these homeowners and these residents.
Look at all that.
It's important to note that, while, yes, this area is a very affluent area, there are also, mobile homes. There's other people who are renting. It's not just the wealthiest of wealthiest people who live here. There's actually a lot of people who need these additional resources. So it is so helpful for the federal government to get involved and, add additional resources for these residents at their disposal. But again, I have never, ever seen all of these homes that are physically on the beach, Kana, just absolutely destroyed. I'm shell-shocked.
Yeah, it's what I keep hearing, Jacqueline, over and over again from people is that, they're used to fire in this area and they sort of packed some bags and they had a lot of confidence that they would be able to return home. And when you see those restaurants along the Pacific Coast Highway lost, I heard from so many people, because that's a really popular part of this country and of this state, from so many people who lost, either their favorite restaurant, they know somebody that lost their home. Look, there's no escaping the trauma from this for anybody really in Los Angeles. And it just depends at this moment on how bad it is. Jacqueline, can you tell me exactly kind of where you're at right now on the Pacific Coast Highway and what you're able to recognize?
So we are near Duke's, Malibu. Duke's looks like it is still standing. This is the point that it's to the west of Pacific Palisades. And, for people who don't know, Malibu is no stranger to fires. It's something that we have covered extensively. I mean, even with the Franklin fire. So we're kind of in between that stretch of land where the Pacific Palisades are and Malibu. The amount of devastation just continues to shock me as I see more and more of it. And all I see are just all of these firefighters and their engines going up and down the highway. There are still structures that are burning here, a lot of smoke. When we were, speaking with you earlier on off of Pacific Coast Highway, but in front of where the mobile homes were in Pacific Palisades, as we had discussed before, there were so many people riding their bikes, walking on scooters, kind of acting like it was a normal day, but checking out all of the destruction. And now that I've driven further north and I'm seeing the fight is still very much here, literally on the beach, fighting these fires in front of these homes. It's so devastating. But I will say also, there's some homes on the hillside that are still standing and untouched, but all around it, other homes burned. So it's really very lucky for those homeowners whose homes just happened by just luck.
My heart goes out to the people, because that's just amazing. I mean, crazy. Like, seeing all that is like, damn, man, what's going on? And I know that they prepare for this stuff, but you really can't prepare for a natural disaster like this. I want everybody to disregard what Donald Trump was saying, because Donald Trump is not accurate at all. What he was saying about it's the governor's fault. And now at some point, I'm getting sick and tired of people pointing fingers and say, hey, let me lend a help. What my agency can do to help. I'm getting sick and tired of this finger pointing stuff. It's becoming irritating now. And I hope Trump presidency don't be, it's their fault, it's his fault. No, we don't need that. We need to say, what is the solution? All right, this is the problem. What is the solution? I'm getting sick and tired of fingers being pointed in directions. Who cares about that at this moment? These people lost their homes. There's thousands of people, thousands of residents, and thousands of people out that don't have no home right now. This got me a little emotional, because this could be me. It could be anybody, It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. You work your whole life, you bust your butt, you got a house or you got a car, anything, and now you don't got neither one. You have to get a backpack, you and your kids, and y'all figure out your next move. Probably got a few dollars in the bank. You don't know where your next meal gonna come from. Yo, that's scary business right there. Like, don't take that light at all. That's crazy. You know, I'm just stuck on it right now. Like, whoa.
Emergency is unfolding in Southern California. From the Pacific Palisades to Pasadena, multiple infernos continuing mass destruction of homes and businesses. Tens of thousands forced to evacuate.
Last night was one of the most devastating and terrifying nights that we've seen in any part of our city, at any part of our history.
Really don't sound like it. Like
on the coast, the Palisades fire exploding to more than 15,000 acres. 75-mile-per-hour winds overnight, pushing the flames up the Pacific Coast Highway, where it overtook the iconic city of Malibu and created this apocalyptic scene stretching for miles on the California coast.
We're watching multiple beachfront properties here just go up in flames. First responders trying to get a hold of the fires. All the neighboring properties here destroyed as the winds are picking up.
This is insane.
In the Pacific Palisades, officials say at least 1,000 structures lost.
I'm not seeing
at
why
the
they
Eden fire burning in Altadena, 45 minutes from the coast. At least 5 people have died and more than 100 structures destroyed. As wind-whipped embers expanded the fire's path, it forced the evacuation of this assisted living facility.
You'll see the people on stretchers and just the effort, very rapid effort to try to get these people out of harm's way.
For many, the race to get out was by any means necessary.
Wow,
which is your house?
That looks
This is our
scary.
house. Backyard's on fire. I'm out of here.
Some of the most expensive real estate in the world reduced to rubble on Pacific Coast Highway.
Here on PCH, home after home after home of beachfront properties are destroyed. Usually you would see the Pacific Ocean there. Now it's just ashes and smoke.
As fires still burn, officials urging residents not to ignore evacuation orders.
A high number of significant injuries to residents who did not evacuate, in addition to first responders who were on the fire line.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
The closest approximation was Paradise, California. Nothing comes close.
LA's Mayor Karen Bass, who has been on a work trip in Ghana, was pressed by Sky News at the airport.
Do you owe citizens an apology for being absent while their homes were burning?
Mayor Bass.
Late tonight, Bass addressing residents.
I am making sure that we leave no resource untapped.
Tonight, thousands displaced with the flames still threatening homes.
The garage.
In Malibu, Steve Wiggins says he tried everything to save his.
So I kept spraying all the embers, and then the next thing I know, a 30-foot wall of fire was coming at 60 miles an hour, and I couldn't see, and it was so smoky, and I said, well, it's time to leave.
He came back today to find nothing.
We lost everything we owned, but it doesn't even look like a house anymore.
That shit breaks my heart, man. It breaks my heart. And if y'all watching this, it should break your heart too. Like, come on, this guy lost everything.
A lot of
heartbreaking
news. The fire threat's still very active tonight.
It really is, Lester. Back here in Malibu, you can see these crews continuing to work here as they try to put out the flames that are beginning to consume this home here on the coast. Millions across LA are on alert right now, with some evacuation orders even issued in Santa Monica, with red flag warnings continuing through at least Friday. Lester.
Wow. That's crazy, man. My heart is going out to these people, you know, in California. My big heart goes out to you guys. I hope all the government agencies are doing the best they can do to get, to take care of that situation. Because, damn, man, that's just way too much right there. Like, you work your whole life and now you don't have a home. You know what I'm saying? You don't got a home to go to. I'm just looking at scenarios like family. You know what I'm saying? You got your kids, your wife. You come home. Y'all gotta pack up. Y'all gotta leave your home, thinking that you might go back to your home, but when you realize that the fire is really that bad, now you don't have a home to go to. So now all these people are homeless. It's gonna be thousands and thousands of people homeless. Now, Trump get in office. Now he gets in office on January 20th. I want to see what he's gonna do about this. I hope that he don't make this political. I know he's making it political now, talking about Gavin Newsom dropped the ball. No, this is a big situation, and that's why even Gavin Newsom, they asked him, "What do you think about Trump's comment?" He said, "I can't even comment on that right now. It's so much going on right now. He like everything's in shambles." Please don't make that political. Please help those people. Trump, when you get in, the message from Kurt the Jerk to Donald Trump, President Trump, please help the people. when you get in, and don't talk about, and I know people out there, I got friends out there, and I got people on the ground out there, first responders. So don't lie and say that you're doing something you don't do something, because I will know. Please just make sure you take care of people in Southern California, because that's just, oh man, that's just crazy. It's heartbroken. I don't know what to say.
Right now, though, we're going to go to Julia Dang. Julia's live in News Chopper 4. You're over the Palisades fire. Julia, I know that during the worst of this, you were struggling to be able to just maneuver the cameras in News Chopper 4. What's it like for you this morning? And we're seeing the images. This fire is still blazing.
This is still burning out of control, Lynette. And let me just remind you, during the worst of this, we could not even fly. We didn't have chopper coverage of these fires until about 24, 25 hours after they first ignited. So when we were flying yesterday, that's right, early in the afternoon, it was so gusty out here. I was having trouble controlling the camera in the back of the helicopter. It feels different right now. It feels like a far less bumpy ride. So when it comes to wind conditions, we can feel that difference. But I don't know if that's making much of a difference when it comes to the firefight, because this is already so massive. More than 17,000 acres burning, 0% containment. When I signed off about 5 hours ago, I was actually shooting this exact same leading edge of the fire. This is the eastern edge of the Palisades fire. This is just west of the 405. And around midnight, the firefight was focused on making sure this did not march toward the freeway. So when we last mapped it, it was about 2.5 miles west of the 405. This is right by Getty Center Drive, that exit off the 405. If I zoom out here, and we're going to have to do some mapping, we did just get on station here. If I zoom out here, you might be able to make out where the 405 freeway is. But this is on the edge of communities in Brentwood. This is exploding in size also on the south side towards Santa Monica. And you can see some more helicopters coming in now. I know the fire captain.
That looks like one of those drones right there.
How tricky it is to fight this from above.
That looked like one of those drones.
They stopped their aerial firefight, that attack from above overnight. But we were seeing a number of water drops around 5 hours ago, midnight, when we were last over this exact same spot.
Julia, can you talk to us about, I mean, we just heard from a firefighter just a moment ago. I'm not sure if you were able to hear part of that interview. I know that you're really busy, but he was saying while they were prepared, they were not prepared for the sheer power of some of these wind gusts. He said that some were clocked up to 99 miles per hour, and they were not prepared for how erratic the winds are. Taking a look at it this morning, we know that things are a bit calmer. Does it look like it's going to be a much more predictable firefight for the guys and gals on the front lines today?
We hope so. And it's interesting, Adrian, that's a great question, because the wind variability and just how erratically the winds are blowing, that has been tricky. And that's something that we can show with our helicopter camera. We were trying to zoom in yesterday on not just the smoke plumes to show the direction they were moving in, but dry brush around these fires. And you can see the way that trees are blowing, things are not necessarily moving in a predictable direction with the forecasted direction of the wind. And that's why this specific fire, more so than the others we've covered across LA County, this fire has been expanding in every direction. And it's marching right now toward the east, even though you can see here the wind is blowing this smoke more so to the west. So even though winds have calmed down significantly since yesterday and the day before when we could not even fly, I don't know if this is going to make much of a difference when it comes to the firefight. Again, 17,200 acres, 0% containment.
And we saw Steve Gutenberg in Jacob's Story, longtime resident.
Wow, man. Woo. To think, right? That situation is crazy. My heart goes out to them. My heart goes out to those people that lost their properties and people lost their homes. You know, they always say, "Oh yeah, at least some of the people made it out safe." That's not good enough, man. Like, what the hell? Like, where they gonna live at? You know what I'm saying? And no disrespect to California, but they already got a big homeless population. So, and it's coming, moving forward with this whole situation. January 20th is right around the corner. Please, anybody that's cool with Donald Trump, reach out to him and tell him to do something about it. I know he got differences with Gavin Newsom, but work with Gavin Newsom, please. Like, I'm getting sick and tired of this whole political left and right crap. At the end of the day, this is the American people. This is our taxpayer dollars. Like, you guys, we entrusted you guys with our taxpayer money. Do something about these situations. It's irritating me. I get sick and tired of people on the right. I get sick and tired of people on the left. Screw all that political shit at this point. We American people, we humans. You know what I'm saying? People are suffering out there. I'm getting sick and tired of this shit. Like, I don't mean to curse, but I'm just so fed up with all this dumb politics stuff. I'm getting sick and tired of it. And then instead of Trump being a decent person, he's a piece of work, man. That was a piece of work what he said. Talk about, he dropped the ball. At least be truthful. If that did happen, let's say if he was telling the truth, fine, that'd be great. But let's say if he was telling the truth, I know he's not telling the truth. He's lying about what he said, and I don't know who told him that, and they lied to him, I guess. But here's the thing. Let's say if it was even true, what will be your next follow-up step? But this is what I'm going to do once I get in office on the 20th. He didn't say nothing like that. All he did was point fingers, and that's it. I'm getting sick and tired of this shit. Screw all this point finger crap. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got taxpayers' money. Do something about these situations. I understand wildfire is something different, significant. It's out of our control. There's really much we can't do or much we could prepare for. I understand that we can't prepare so much for something like this. I get it. But I'm getting frustrated to see that our taxpayer dollars are going in so many different directions, but not for the American people. I want to see some changes. I'm going to be reporting on this all the time. I promise you, anytime anybody slip up, I'm reporting their butt. I want the American people to know, and I think it's important. And this has nothing to do with Democrats or Republicans. I'm just being quite frank, because I'm a taxpayer. There's a lot of taxpayers. We all hardworking people. We should be able to see our money in action and play helping American people. I'm getting sick and tired of this. All this politics crap. But follow me more for more news and stuff like that. Live Kurt the Jerk news on the wildfires. Southern California has a state of emergency right now, and I'm just reporting on it. I just looked at a few different news articles. One of the articles I showed you, I just seen a drone. One of those drones that was here in Jersey. I live in New Jersey, and I see one of those drones. Kind of crazy, right? I swear it was one of those drones. I think I might make a little video clip just so I could talk about it, because it was weird. I was like, wait a second, that's the drone right there that was in Jersey. Those colors and stuff like that, like they was hovering all over my house and all that. Big as hell. One was on the highway, but that's beside the point. Let me get back to this state of emergency. Everybody take it easy, you know what I'm saying? I want everybody to pray and I guess if you could donate to Red Cross so they can help the people out there. If you have any finances, or if you got coats, or I know they're gonna have a clothing drive eventually, and we gotta start shipping clothes over there and stuff like that, because think about it, these people lost everything. Think about it, they just wear a backpack, probably got a couple of days worth of clothing, or maybe a day worth of clothing, don't know where they're gonna go, hoping that their home is not gonna be affected, but they playing it safe by leaving. So now a lot of people are gonna go home to a house that's in rubble right now. Their cars fried, their house is destroyed. And these are hard-working taxpayer people, American people. It don't matter if it's a Democrat state or a Republican state. It's human people. It's American people. You know what I'm saying? Let's get out of that crap. I hope this don't be a divided United States. It's already divided right now. I hope Donald Trump come in. I'm being very naive because I know that he likes division, but I hope that maybe his base, MAGA, attack Donald Trump against the right. I think Donald Trump is popular. So you guys complain that he wants someone who might change his ways. To keep your leader in check, please. He's a leader. He's all our leader. He's a leader. He's the president of the United States. He's everybody's leader, whether we like him or not. But MAGA is up to you guys, man. Y'all got the ball now. Please get your boy in order. All right. Peace, and everybody have a good one. All right.